Okay, day 54. Day 54 of our 1 hour day workout video. I don't even feel like doing too much. I got bad news, but a good message. Don't ever give up. You know, whatever you want, just keep going for it. You know, keep trying. So bad news, but I got over the first part of what I need to be doing. I see how the test is. Yeah, I've been talking about it for about 2 or 3 weeks now. That state mortgage test, took it at my house remotely from home, and failed. By 2 points. By 2 points. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. But at the same time, I got the experience. I know what it's like now. And I thought the test was pretty easy. Thought it was pretty easy, but for some reason, you know, with the mortgage test, you really have to get into it like, a lot of people work as loan processors before they get their license. So some of the stuff I know because I'm a real estate broker, so I've been in real estate, and so some of the terminology I know, you know what I'm saying? And some people work as underwriters and processors, you know, people that process the paperwork. But if you're going to do the application, if you're going to take the mortgage loan application, you have to be licensed. So you could work as a mortgage loan originator without a license. And I believe federal jobs and state jobs and stuff like that for certain employees, you could do that type of work and get that kind of experience before you're licensed. You know, unlike the real estate, you had to, you know, you got to go get your license first. You know, you can't touch nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go get your agent license first. But for the mortgage, you could be in the business, but there's certain things you can do and there's certain things you can't do, you know? And me, I just prefer to have my license. So they say 50% of the people fail. And guess who was one of the 50% of the people today? Me. So I wasn't even going to do my workout today. I wasn't even going to do it today. Because I was so pissed off. I wasn't even going to do it today. But I said, nah. I've been talking about this forever. And I don't never let like one day go by. I don't never let one day go by. I didn't put on my gloves today. You see, I'm off today. I didn't even put on my gloves to protect my hands. I'm just using this resistant bands without the gloves. But I came to terms with it when I rescheduled and paid another $110. And I came to terms with, okay, so they say 50% of people fail the first time. Okay. So, I got past my first time. That's out the way. Failing my first time is out the way. So, I don't know. Are they going to give me the same type of test next time for the second? Because it seemed easy. So for the second test, they probably give me the next level up. Like a harder test. You know, because I already seen their first test. So it's crazy. So once you fail the test one time, you have to wait 30 days. You can schedule your next, like I scheduled my next appointment for the 15th of March. So that's my next appointment. And I already got a bunch of study material. I already paid for study programs to prep Excel and all of that stuff like that. Now I have time to get in that program and just do everything. They got games, they got flashcards, they got tests. This time I had just focused on the test because they got 125 question tests on the prep Excel. I'm talking like somebody know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. I'm quite sure there's plenty of bankers and mortgage people, real estate brokers. So I got the first test out the way. If I fail that test the second time, I don't think I want to take it no more. Like, if I fail it in March, then that means I have to take it sometime in April. Again, 3 times, that's just going to be a little bit too much, so. Yeah. So, I had to clean out my room. And I wanted to cheat. Let me tell you. But something told me, don't try to put nothing cheating in your room. Because you think you're going to tuck something underneath the table. And you have because you're doing a test remotely from home. So you would think that, well, how could they expect, to really see, underneath the shelf, you know what I'm saying? If I tuck my phone underneath my shelf and cheat from there. Well, when I really thought about it, I said, it's too many questions to thumb through, and it'll take you too much time to try to cheat, you know what I'm saying? And then still fail, you know what I'm saying? It'll take you too much time because you got like 1,000 questions that you need to thumb through if you're going to be looking for the answer to one question. So you don't have time for all that. You only have time to read those questions 2 or 3 times over and try to pick the best answer. And what they try to do is that they try to make 2 questions, what they do, not try to do. They make 2 questions very similar. You know what I'm saying? Or they might make the question where is it federal or state? Or is it federal and state? Like, things that you'd be like, oh shit, if they would have just put one of them in the scenario, then I would have known it was that, you know what I'm saying? But, they put something closely related or 2 sentences that one word might change the whole, outcome of the sentence. So you got to be careful that, this is a puzzle test. This is a trick test, you know what I'm saying? This is a purposely trying to get you test, you know what I'm saying? This is, no joke. This is not one of those tests where you're going to go in there and, I don't know how all the other city tests are or whatever the situation is, but they look like they purposely, not every question, because when I first started the test, I was like, oh yeah, I know all this. Oh, yeah, I know all that. Then I got somewhere, because it's 125 questions. I got somewhere in the middle, and I was like, wait a minute. It could be one or the other. Which one is it? Because it's a multiple choice, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't have that much math. They only had like 4 math questions, so, But I think if you know your math, your mortgage math, it's important. Because that probably would have set the difference. It would have probably made all the difference in the world. Because by the 2 points, if I got a 73 and you're supposed to get a 75, I missed by 2 points. So I had to take the test again. I'm not even arguing. I'm not making no questions. I'm not calling them. All I did was pay for another test, schedule another test. My next test is March 15th, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, and for somebody that don't knock on nobody's door, don't have nobody, no friends on the day that, because you can't have nobody in the house with you. You know, you can't have nobody in the house with you. You can't have no kids knocking on. If anybody come in the room where you at and disturb, you know, you move or get up out the chair like to answer the door. Oh, somebody's knocking at my front door. The test is over. So somebody was knocking on my door like 3 or 4 times. They came back 3 or 4 times, like knocking. So I'm like, what is that? That must be an emergency in my family or something like that. When I'm finished with this test, I got to call around to my family because I don't have no friends. I'm going to tell you straight up and down. I don't have no friends. So who was knocking on my door? You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, they know I'm in here. You know, if it's anybody around here, because my car's outside. You know what I'm saying? So, because I got to be in here. You know what I'm saying? But I was taking a state test, and what happens is that being, I guess, the coronavirus, they made a way where they could offer the test virtually through this program, Metrics or whatever it's called, Prometrics or whatever it's called, and they conduct the test. So I guess you could get somebody, like I took the webinar and the guy was saying, you might get somebody that's cool, that's, you know, conducting the test for you. That's, you know, your proctor. And you know, they won't worry about nothing. Or you could get somebody that's, you know, strict to the rules, you know. So I got a young lady, you know, She seemed like she was like Filipino or something like that. So first thing she asked me was like, are you cool with me instructing you today? So I was like, yeah, I'm fine with you. I don't know why when it come down to black women, they be looking for a fight. Like what you think I'm gonna do? Be prejudiced against you or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Cause the way you look, or she sound like her English was good. It wasn't even broken. You know, she was nice and talked pleasant, and you know, she was doing her job and doing what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? And asking me, like, all, you know, show your ID, put your driver's license, and you know, they take pictures of all of that stuff like that. And you know, I just went through all the motions of taking a state test at home today. So it was a hell of an experience. So I did get something out of it, even though I failed the test. So now I got to take the test again, so I know what I got to do the next time, you know, the next time I take the test. I know, you know, I don't have to be as nervous as I was, you know what I'm saying? Just be there on time in front of that camera, in front of that computer, and just be ready, you know what I'm saying? Just study and be ready, you know what I'm saying? I got a whole month. So yeah, for somebody that don't have no friends, don't know nobody in the neighborhood. When I needed peace and quiet today, somebody was knocking, like, and they kept coming back. And my room door was shut because when you start the test, right? When they start the security process of the test, before you answering any questions, they start just the security process to see if they're going to let you go forward with taking a test at home. So they take and have you, if you don't have a camera that's separated from your computer, one of them cameras where you can move it around so that they can see the whole room, one that's attached to your computer. She said, I might not be able to let you take your test today if you can't show me a 360 of your whole room. So I said, good thing I didn't use my big TV, because I wanted to use my big TV so I could see the words big and everything. So I was going to sign on with, because I got my gaming computer hooked up to my TV. You know what I'm saying? I got the HDMI cord in there. So, well, for some reason that little camera was acting up. I bought a webcam, and my computer wasn't taking it too good, so I had to use the little Mac. You know how the Mac has the desktop Macs? It don't have the big bottom like the PCs and stuff. It just sits up there. It's just, the monitor is the computer, right? So she was like, if you're not able to pick up the computer and spin the camera and on the computer, on the monitor, and swing it and maneuver it around your room, we might not be able to do it. So I told her, yeah, no, this is a little monitor. It's not that big. I could move it around the room. So I figured I just like turn the monitor this way and turn that monitor that way. She see the doors closed, and I took all the extra junk out of my room, all the books and all of that stuff I usually have crowded in my room, and I put it in the living room. That's why you see all that junk back there, because I didn't have no spare room to just go in there and, I'm gonna take this test in my empty room. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no room like that. So the stuff on my dresser and my little desk and my TV and all that stuff, I had to take blankets and throw it over and cover that stuff up. And the rest of the stuff, my keyboard, my MIDI keyboard, and everything else, a big speaker that sits from the floor, all my little books and stuff that I usually, they just be sitting there. I hardly ever touch them. I always, you know how you have books around your room and you be like, I'm going to get around to reading this. Everything you need to know about this and that for dummies books. All kind of books I got in there that I be like, yeah, I'm going to get to doing this, And it'd be sitting there waiting for me forever. So those books, I kind of like the desk that I got my computer sitting on. I emptied them shelves out. I said, I got a whole bunch of clutter of books. See, that's the thing that they don't want. A whole bunch of cluttered stuff in the house. So it's a good thing if if you could take your test without having to travel downtown into Manhattan, get on the subway and stand online to a state test. If you could just take it from home, that's cool. But what they trying to do is make sure you don't do no cheating. They don't want you to do no cheating. And so she had me pick up we got an Apple computer, and show her all four corners of the room. All four corners of the room, She asked me, what room is this? Is this my bedroom? A big bed sitting there, all the curtains, and, then I had the TV covered up. So, like, what's that? Yeah, that's the TV that I really wanted to take the test on. But the webcam that I bought didn't work. So I had to use the Apple. And so, yeah. Good thing I did use the Apple, because the big TV that I have in my room, I wouldn't have been able to spin it for her like that, And then I had to, hold it over the floor. I had to get up, empty my pockets out, turn my pockets inside out. I had to show her the chair, and I got like a office chair on wheels. I had to spin that chair around, and she was still looking. So I said, you want to see underneath the chair? So I, lift the chair underneath the chair. And then she said that desk that the computer's sitting on, I want to see the top of the desk. So I had to turn the computer facing down, facing behind me behind the computer, a blank wall. And then I had to show her the floor. And then I had to show her the shelves. What's underneath where that desk, the desk that your computer is sitting on, showed me. So I had to pull the computer off of the desk and turn it around and show her underneath the shelves where all my books was at, where I wanted to cheat and put my goddamn phone at and stuff like that. But you know what I told myself? I said, how am I going to be able to cheat and the time going to run out on the clock? You know what I'm saying? Trying to look for one answer, and these answers are so easy, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so many of them, and then they get tricky with you, you know what I'm saying? So if they wasn't playing a trick game and stuff like that, then you could pass the test easy. But they playing a trick game where it could be two different answers, you know what I'm saying? So today's message is don't ever give up on what you want. Even if you get a fail. I got an F today. I put a lot of money out. I put like $4 and change out, just for the 20-hour class for the school. Then I turn around and put another $160, close to $200 out for the webinar. Then I found out about the Prep Excel site. It's a site that you can, they have practice tests. The same amount of questions as the real test. So that's how I knew how to navigate through with the time limit that I had and the amount of questions that I had. That's how I knew how to navigate through that time. You understand what I'm saying? So the practice test is good for that, because before the actual test, when I was doing the practice test, one day I was laid back, taking my time. I was half sleepy, and I ran out of time. And I was like, oh, shit, I ran out of time. You know what I'm saying? I found myself at the end trying to hurry up and throw questions. And I hurried up and threw as many questions as I possibly can. And at the end, it was some left over that didn't get answered. And on that one, I had got a 50. That was the practice test. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, even though that happened, like, damn. It's good because now I know to keep up with, it's 3 hours. The test is 3 hours. And it seemed like, hey, you got a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying? But most of those questions, you have to read it like 2 and 3 times over. And you have to read the answers 2 and 3 times over because they're being tricky. So the deal is when I tried to inquire about, well, why are they trying to make the test like so hard, harder than any other test? Why is the score, why you got to score 75 and up when any other test, state or all them other tests out here that you take corrections and all them, you got to get a 70%, you know what I'm saying? And even to come out of the mortgage school, the 20-hour class, it's only 70 to pass the school test, to get the school certificate. But when you come down to taking the state test, they add an extra 5 points on there. You know what I'm saying? And then it's unrelated. The company is not tied together, or they're not supposed to be tied together with the registration site for the mortgage originators. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think, like, I missed it by 2 points. Is that a scam? Because I really felt good, throughout the test. Like, I was like, how's this test going to be? I'm nervous and stuff like that. Like, damn, this test is going to be hard and I'm going to be crazy in this test. But I really didn't feel like that. I felt good about the test. I was like, wow, I think I'm doing good. Wow, I think I'm passing. I was feeling good about the test. And I thought that I was passing. But like I said, they put 2 questions that it could be either or. And then you could flag any questions that you might have to go back to that you think you want to go back to if you have time at the end. But if you don't have time at the end, like I had like 10 minutes left, I didn't want to be bothered with all that going back. I said, let me just go ahead and close it out. You know what I'm saying? But I had flagged like about 4 questions that I was, it wasn't that many questions that I flagged. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a button where you can flag the question, and then whenever you want to go back to it, they show you how to operate the system, and you could go back to it. But if you never get back to it, they'll just keep the answer that you first put. But you flag it because you be like you're unsure. With me, I really don't like to change answers anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you might change the right answer to the wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? So, what you call it? Yeah, that's what happened with me today. I didn't even want to do nothing. I'm not gonna do no ab booster. So I'll just sit here and talk today. This thing is scary going back, because you think you're gonna fall, but actually my heavy butt is sitting on the seat. Because it goes all the way down. Ooh. Yeah. So I just wanted to get that test out of the way so, we could just get around to doing everything else. Now I gotta wait a whole nother month. Now I gotta study a whole nother month. And the thing about it is that you can't put the books down and then decide, okay, a week before the test, I'm gonna pick the books back up or I'm gonna start studying again. You need to study out that whole month. And for some reason, now they're giving me 3 hours and 45 minutes. So this test might gonna be harder because it's the second test. You know what I'm saying? So now it's 3 hours and 45 minutes. So what I'm gonna do this month is I'm gonna study all of the mortgage math, all of the terminologies, all of the federal rule laws, which ethics I was good at. You know what I'm saying? Ethics, I got that. RESPA, TILA, all that stuff I'm going to be able to talk off the tip of my tongue when I finish. When I get back to that test the second time, because they think they're going to give me a hard test the second time, but I'm going to be ready for the second test. The second test, I'm going to know mortgage math. And when they see you doing that mortgage math, yeah. It's not that many questions with the mortgage math. So what they tell you is don't worry about the mortgage math. You can just pick any question for those. Just go ahead and do everything else that you're strong on. But they see you. They see you, how you going to be in mortgage if you're not doing the math. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes or whatever the situation is, but it seems like the people that know they shit with the math, how they calculate everything, it's not really that many situations. It may be like 10 math problems with the mortgage. It's not a matter that you don't know how to do it or you can't know how to do it. You just have to take your time, and that's what I need to do. Just take my time. There's plenty of videos, YouTubes, people explaining how to do that math. There's plenty of sites. There's, everything. You just don't want to buckle down to it. But I tell you one thing, if you fail that first test, buckle down to that math so that when you get to that math and stuff like that and they see you picking up that, because they got a calculator and they got a notepad on there so you can write stuff on a notepad, and when a math question come up, the little calculator pop up and you could go ahead and do your math. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have your own separate calculator or any pens or pencils or paper in the room with you. They don't want nothing in the room with you. They check everything out, your glasses and everything that, everything. The lady that I had today, she was very thorough. And I said, it's a good thing I took all of my phones and electronics out of my room. I put them all in the living room and I shut them off. First, I cut the volume down And before the test started, I could hear my phone ringing and stuff. You know, the phone. I thought I turned the volume down, but I still hear the noise. So I shut it off. I shut my phones off all the way. And what happens today? A loner like me, while I'm taking a test, a 125 question test, somebody knocks on my door. And keep coming back like 3 and 4 times. So I said, I might have a family emergency, but I can't move because they said if you move from in front of the camera, that's it, the test is over. If you move from in front of the camera without permission, the test is over. So you have to ask for permission, and you got to wait for somebody to come to give you permission. So by the time all that happened, and you try to go catch the door and see who's at the door, you be wasting time and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm not answering no door. Whatever's happening out there, it's just happening. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm Superwoman. I can stop it from happening anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sitting up here in my apartment. Got my room situated. I passed security approval. So since I already passed approval for security to take my test at home, that means I could take it again at home. See, if you try to take the test at home remotely, and then they catch you that you tried to keep a phone in there, and we asked you to move the computer, the camera around so we could see around your room, and they find something in there, you know what I'm saying? And then you never eligible to take the test again. They report it back to the registry department, the licensing department, and you be messed up. So I said, good thing I took all electronics. You gotta take all the electronics out of your room. You gotta declutter. If you're anything like me, well, I guess that's the only thing a house is good for. You might have one room that might be, fairly empty. You understand what I'm saying? With less furniture, but all my rooms and everything is crowded. So what I had to do was declutter my room, because I like everything to be tangible around my bed. So any books that I want to read or grab up, anything I want to grab up, I want it to be at my bedside, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get all that stuff out of there, you know what I'm saying? I had to get everything out of there, stuff I'm not really using. I had to take my whole keyboard, my piano, my MIDI keyboard, detach it from my computer, and I always leave that there. I never mess with that. I had to put that in the hallway. I had several chairs in my room. I said, let me take all these chairs out of my room and stuff, and just have one chair that's gonna be to the computer, you know what I'm saying? And then let me just take my comforter and put it all the way over the pillows and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I got curtains and stuff, close the curtains and everything else. Throw a blanket over everything else, over the TV, over the dresser, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to see clutter. They don't want to see, a cup with a whole bunch of pens and pencils and stuff in there, or all your medicine bottles and, stuff that could have a recorder or something like that. They swear something could have a recorder that could be giving you answers. But it's really, the deal is, you going into a business. If you're going into mortgage business and doing dealing with the banks and stuff like that, dealing with people mortgages and stuff like that, you don't want to get busted doing any kind of fraud. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to do anything that has to deal with scamming and identity theft, or like you taking the state test, and they allow you to take it remotely from home, and then they find out that you were trying to sneak, electronic or something in there, and while they having you move the camera around, they find something, and then right then and there, they probably would have stopped the test for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had already got past the point where they said, make sure everything is out the room. So either you might get somebody that's conducting your test that's cool. That don't go through all of the changes of making you move the camera all around and put the camera down to the floor. But what she looked like she was doing, everything that she was doing, she was documenting it. Every picture, like she wanted me to put the camera to all four corners of the walls of my room, and she was like documenting it. Then she was like, let me see your chair, let me see the desk, put the camera over here, put the camera on the floor, empty your pockets. Every step that she told me to do, she took pictures and stuff, And that's after I waited like a half an hour falling asleep for somebody to come conduct my test. So they had me a little messed up. They had me a little messed up because they had me waiting. You have to wait for somebody to come do the security check and everything and get you set up for your tests and stuff, and and they had me waiting like a whole half an hour. But now that I see what they was doing, because they had a lot of people testing, because I chose to test on Friday, so most likely everybody chose to test on Friday. Probably. So my next test is on Monday. It's on a Monday, on a nice boring day when I'm not gonna be, probably no news is gonna be coming out. You know how Sundays be slow and then Monday be like dead boring. So it's not gonna be like, oh, it's Monday like it's Friday. It's a hot day to look at. Let's see what's going on the internet. Let's see what's going on YouTube. No. Yeah, Mondays be like real slow on Mondays. So how much time I have? Let me look at the time because I can't see it from here. But y'all, I really don't. I just wanted to bring my experience today and let y'all know, don't give up. Even if you fail the first time, don't give up, because they already had said that 50% of the people fail on the first shot. You know what I'm saying? And I figured that would be me, because I'm not the dumb person. I'm not the dumb person, but I'm not the super smart, get it the first time person either. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if I'm going to take a test, I have to do a lot of studying. Yeah, so we coming up to 40 minutes. Man, my pockets are still inside out from this from the test, because they have you make sure nothing is in your pockets. Pull your shirt up from the back, lift your shirt up from the back, and they be looking at your body, and they want to take a picture of your wrists and make sure you didn't write nothing on your hands, and do your hands like this, and everything that you do. They take a picture of it. You got to give them your driver's license and put it in a slot. But that's what I tell you. They trying to weed out people that, just trying to come past a test. They want people that's real serious about being involved with the mortgage, and they want to know that you want to make it a career. And not only that, they want to know that you understand what this test is about protecting the consumer, because of the subprime crash in the early 2000s, and in the 90s, the late 90s, the early 2000s. It was a crash in the market because of subprime loans, that they was like giving everybody loans and stuff. You could get a loan easy, but then a lot of people was foreclosing because their documentation, they debt to income and stuff wasn't, if you do the math, and that's what the math is about, they debt to income and they credit and all of that stuff wasn't sufficient for the loans, you know. But you know, them lenders was just trying to, you know, I guess do business and do deals, you know what I'm saying? And what had ended up happening, what became like a, I guess, a heavy cycle of, oh, a lot of people getting houses, a lot of people, you know, people that you never thought would have a house got a house, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people was crying, you know, I remember back then a lot of people was crying that, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm about to get foreclosed in my house, you know what I'm saying? So now you running into a foreclosure, that's on your credit and stuff, you know, it's not good, you know what I'm saying? Because if you have a foreclosure now, you can't even get your mortgage license. If you have a foreclosure within the last 2 years, you can't get the mortgage license. I don't know why they say that, you know, because I guess, you know, I don't know. I guess they think you're going to get up in that, what, systems and eraser your debt. So they making it difficult. They making it difficult to test, you know. They making the test difficult. Okay, it's easier to maneuver now. Because this here tripod, it's got a handle on it. It got like a long handle where you could just like move this thing around. Before I was struggling, I had this other thing here. This is the thing I used to be when I was on the floor. And I used to be bending this back and forth. And this is good for like a desktop. And I would just put my phone in there and clamp it. But then this thing keep wobbling. And this here piece of nut right here wouldn't be, it's already feel like it's tight. But this thing is still loose, so I guess you're supposed to leave it tight and then just move this part. But it's good for like a desktop thing. But I used to be on the floor in the hallway right here. Sit on a little chair right here. And that's how my earlier videos was made. So we going through the motions. Ain't nobody clicking on my videos. I don't really have no action, but let things pick up around here. And you will see. Let something good happen around here and I flash a wad of money. No, that's not even my style, but you see I'm cluttered. I still got the box over here from I didn't even move this out of my way yet. I got a whole bunch of boxes from purchases. I gotta get me a new scale. Yeah, man, I wanted all that studying to be over with today, but I had an idea before the test that I was going to fall short. You know what I'm saying? And as they thinkers, so I shouldn't even put that in my head because that's what came true. I said, I'm gonna end up getting like a 71 or 70 something right before the 75. And that's exactly what happened. So as they think of, but on that second test, I'm gonna be up in my 90s. You gotta go to that test where when you take the test, the practice test, that's 125 questions, you have to make sure you're getting a 90 before you schedule for your test. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting like 60s and 70s and stuff like that, you're not ready yet. So just keep on studying, keep on doing practice question tests and stuff like that, and studying up and keep on going back and taking tests and stuff until you hit a 90s. Till you hit in the 90s, then you're ready. So I got a month to be ready. Not only that, if you're gonna take the mortgage test, learn the math, because if I got all my math right, I wouldn't be I wouldn't have failed by 2 points. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure out of 4 math questions, I probably got like maybe 2 of them wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if I knew all of my math calculations, it would have made the difference. Even though people say, "Oh, don't worry about the math. Just go ahead and do everything else because you're not gonna have that many math questions." Nah. For that mortgage thing, show them that you study to the bone. When you study to the bone, you know how to do the calculations. You know what I'm saying? You know how to calculate, the debt and the income and the interest rates and how much the mortgage and how much they got to put there. Make sure you got that. I'm going to make sure I got that all squared away. And then the other thing is the rules of the regulations and stuff like that, like Regulation Z and RESPA and all that stuff. Make sure you got that down packed. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I see what the test is now. But what they're going to do is they're going to give me a harder test. They're not going to give me the same test. Because this next test is 3 hours and 45 minutes. They're giving me a longer time. It's still going to be 25 questions, but why are they giving me all the extra time? They're giving me all the extra time because they're going to throw some more math in there. They're not going to give me the same test. They're going to give me a different test, And it's not going to be an easier one. It's going to be a harder one because they're going to say you should have went back. You failed the first one. You should have went back and studied. You know what I'm saying? So now, here's 10 math questions. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to get 10 math questions wrong. You got so many questions that you could get wrong. I do more talking than working out, But I'm here. Yep, I wasn't even going to do my workout today. And I'm not doing much today, but I said, don't let me skip a day. Yeah, so I put out about $1,000 for all that stuff. You got to take the 20-hour class, and that's 4 and change. And they hook you up with the NMLS. It's the registration licensing site, and you get your little unique number or whatever, and unique identifier number, and paid for that. So I'm this far, and I can't even turn back now because I invested so much. You know what I'm saying? I invested so much. Unless something else come along better, But even though, like, I got my real estate license, I could say, oh, forget about mortgages. Let me just, lock down on my real estate. But the thing is that you got to wait till you rent an apartment to get a commission. You got to wait till you sell a house to get a commission. Whereas with the mortgage, they're going to be coming. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be coming. They're going to be coming, we in a pandemic, they're going to be coming for refinancing. They're going to be coming, you know what I'm saying? So, they're going to be coming, they're going to be selling their houses, other people going to be buying, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to feel like with the pandemic, the market is falling apart and all that stuff. So people are just going to be, like, selling their houses and going down south. And, they could get more more house for their buck, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't think the real estate, other than the subprime thing that went on, I don't think the real estate market really can crash because there's always people that need some place to live. You know what I'm saying? And with it always being somebody needing a place to live, and we have people coming from other countries, and New York is a main city. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it being where nobody wants real estate. Everybody needs real estate, you know what I'm saying? So with the real estate, people need loans for that. You know, they don't have all that cash to put up, you know what I'm saying, up front. Some do, but most don't, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you going into foreclosure or something like that, you got equity in your house, you ready to go refinance and pull some money out to straight. And so it's so many scenarios that you you a loan originator, you know, there's a few situations, and I just believe that's a busy, you know what I'm saying? It's more busier. Even though a real estate broker at the closing table, like they might be getting 6% at the closing table, whereas the loan originator might be getting 1%, right? One point, right? The real estate broker might be getting 6% to the loan originator's 1%, right? But it took that real estate broker it's maybe 6 months or a year to sell that house, while that loan originator is constantly pushing loans. You know what I'm saying? Constantly pushing applications. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they thriving more. You think the broker is or the real estate agent is thriving, but they be like, you know, they might be 2 and 3 months before they sell a house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They really be, you know, you really got to be footing it out there. You really got to be hustling, and you got to be meeting people and showing people properties. And there's so much stuff that you have to be up in other people's face. With the mortgage, that could be done online. You know what I'm saying? And it's like basic. A lot of things could be done electronically. So that's why I'm really going after it, you know, because I think it'll be a source of regular income. So I failed my test today. But like I said, you know, don't give up. You know, don't give up. Everybody that you see that on, you know, like the celebrities and stuff, you see how hard they be going and stuff. They be going hard, you know what I'm saying? They be dying about their shit, you know what I'm saying? So if you have something that you're going after, you know, what they say, eat, sleep, you know, wake up to it, have lunch about it, go to bed, like make it your life, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm gonna have to do for a whole month. I wanna have to, like, between doing my videos, my 1 hour workouts a day, and just going back to studying. Yeah, but of all days, somebody was knocking on the goddamn door. I'm like, who? I don't have any friends. Who is knocking on the door when I'm taking a state test? Who? Somebody, my mail must have went in somebody else's box, and it probably, I don't know. I hope they don't have no good mail, but I hope they bring it back tomorrow or something. They probably say, she's in there. Why is she not answering? Knock, 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 knock. And they kept knocking. But if you, like the instructor said, if you taking a state test remotely from home, if you move from in front of that computer without asking, because you get a 10-minute bathroom break, which I didn't take. I used the bathroom before I sat down for the test. You know, and I'm glad I didn't take no 10-minute break or anything like that. You know, because I just wanted to take the test and just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So, whatchamacallit, I couldn't answer the door. I thought it was my kids. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I hope everything's all right with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Let me call my sister. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get out of this test, I'm going to call my sister and see what's going on out there. Somebody knocking on the door. I don't have no goddamn friends. So somebody must have got their hands on something, a piece of mail or something that belonged to me. went in the wrong mailbox. I hope they didn't throw my shit away. Or I hope they come back tomorrow or later on to bring me whatever they got, you know? So, yeah, because, you know, my car be outside, so they know I'm in here. Like, she's in there. What's going on? She's in there, you know? I cut all my phones off and everything like that. No phone ringings or nothing like that in the house. But what happens, and I'm quite sure that the people, if I can hear the knocks at the door, I'm quite sure my instructor can hear the knocks on the door. You see what I'm saying? But had I jumped up and said, oh, somebody's at the door, and opened my room door and ran out there to the door, who is it? Hey, what's up? It would have been over. The test is over. You know what I'm saying? You can't move away from the computer. You can't let nobody else in the house. You know, you got to get permission to come from in front of the camera. But I think it's a good idea because, look, I didn't have to get on the train and go all the way down to Manhattan and stand on the line, sit down and take a test, fail that first test, come back up on the train and go through all that stuff, and my head is all messed up for failing the test, so I have to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So they already approved my situation to take the test the first time, so they already got me in the books for taking the first test remotely. I shouldn't have a problem with the second time, because if they say something the second time, oh, we can't do the test, you can't do the test remotely, I'm going to be like, well, I already took the first test. You know what I'm saying? Because the lady today, she was about to, you know, disqualify. She said, if you can't pick up your computer and show me that whole room and 360 around that whole room, you're not going to be able to take the test today because you need a little camera, you know, connected to the computer that you could move around and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, I usually have my desktop computer, my PC. I have a gaming PC computer that's hooked up to my TV. But the TV doesn't have a camera to it. It's a smart TV. So that's where I wanted to take the test there because then you can see all the words big. I won't have to put my glasses on or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to do everything from there. But good thing I didn't, because if I would have been hooked up to that TV is too big to show her around the whole room. So I got a little Apple. I got 2 computers in my room. I got a little Apple computer in there, a little desktop. And I was able to lift that up and move it around and show her the floor and turn it upside down and twist it around and show her all around the room, the ceiling, everything. You know, I did it twice. You know what I'm saying? About 2 or 3 times. She's like, let me see the floor. Let me see the desk that you're sitting on. Let me see the shelves. You know, but I had emptied the shelves. The shelves was dusty and everything like that. I did that already early this morning before I started the test. And I said, it's a good thing that I did that. You got to clean all of that junk because they want to see. But all your medicine bottles and all of that stuff that you have on your dressers, all you got to do is throw a blanket over it. And then the TV, you know, the TV's all big and everything like that on its own desk with its, you know, I got a gaming underneath the desk. She was like, what's underneath that desk? And it's my desktop computer. But it's hooked to my TV. My TV don't have a camera, so I couldn't do it from there. So I threw a blanket over, so she said, okay, that's good. That right there, that's a table, because she wanted to know what that was. And what's underneath that table? Yo, she checked everything out. Yeah, so it's a good thing that I didn't try to cheat, because it would have disqualified me from my license, period. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the method that they use for testing. And if that testing site would have busted that I had a phone or my iPad or anything in there to cheat, and she would have found something, I would have been dead. It would have been over. You know what I'm saying? They would have reported it back to the licensing system that I was trying to cheat. And then, you know, they probably said that's it. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to cheat if you got a test and, you know, they make it available remotely. I don't have my karate jacket on today. I'm not the karate master today. Yeah, like, subscribe, to comment. Don't give up on your hopes and dreams. If you fail, you try again. And that's it. You know, I was so messed up earlier today. I was blaming it on the kids and everything, but I gotta focus and do what I have to do, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you have to focus on. But with the social media and stuff like that, it's hard to buckle down and study. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I gotta stay away from Instagram and the Facebooks and stuff. I think I'm gonna close out all them sites for a month. I think I'm gonna just disappear for a month and study and just open up the sites that I'm gonna be studying to. And just, well, I really can't because I'm doing my YouTube thing. So see, I got my own program going on YouTube. But yeah, all of those sites, the Instagram. If you go see my Instagram, the Duchess, go follow me on the Duchess on Instagram at the Duchess. Any site, Facebook, anywhere, it's the Duchess. All right. So y'all, peace. I'm gonna be out, and don't give up on your dreams. I got bad news. I failed my first test, but I'm over that hump. You know, that's the hump that they say everybody failed the first test, and all the smart people be like, yeah, I passed it on the first try. You know what I'm saying? And they make their YouTube videos, and I wanted to do the same thing too. Oh, I passed it on the first try, but okay, so we got over that hump. We see what it's all about. We see that we could do it from home remotely and stuff like that. I see what the whole makeup is and stuff like that. So okay, so next test I'll be ready for it. I'm not even going to clutter the room back up. I'm going to keep it the way it's supposed to be for the test, study, and in a month, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So peace, y'all. Follow your dreams and work hard and stay focused on it. Okay, so peace. I'm out.